Have you ever stopped to wonder what's actually happening behind the scenes when you pay a bill online? Or, when your salary just magically appears in your bank account? Well, there's this hidden, super fast network making it all possible. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the Bangladesh Electronic Funds Transfer Network, or BEFTN, the invisible system that's quietly powering the entire country's digital economy. So our story really kicks off back in 2010. Bangladesh banks set this major plan in motion to completely modernize the country's financial plumbing, if you will. They wanted to build a new digital backbone for the whole banking system. The goal was huge: connect every single bank and totally streamline how money moves for me, for you, for everyone. But, to build this shiny digital future, they had to deal with the past. And the past was, well, it was slow, it was clunky, and it was made of paper. Yep, tons and tons of paper. Before this digital revolution, the whole system was just bogged down by physical checks and people manually processing everything. I mean, just think about that for a second. Every single payment, every transfer depended on a physical piece of paper moving from point A to point B. This wasn't just inefficient, it was painfully slow and, honestly, pretty risky. The system was crying out for a massive upgrade, and that is exactly what it got. And that solution was the Bangladesh Electronic Funds Transfer Network, BFTN for short. And this wasn't just another app or a piece of software. Nope. This was designed from the ground up to be the foundation, the digital highway connecting every single bank in the country. Now, what I find really fascinating is the language they used in the official rulebook. They call it the backbone. That word choice is so important. This tells you it wasn't just about making things more convenient. It was about building critical, essential infrastructure for the country's economic growth. Okay, so what is BEFTN in simple terms? The best way to think of it is like a giant central digital post office, but for money. It gets payment instructions from one bank, it sorts them all out, and then it delivers them to the correct bank on the other side. And it makes sure everything is settled up and balanced out securely at the end of the day. All right, so to really understand how this digital post office works, we need to meet the key players. There are 5 main participants in this whole electronic chain of events, and we're going to walk through each one step by step. First up, you've got the originator. This could be your employer getting ready to send out everyone's salary. It could be a utility company getting ready to collect your bill. It could even be you when you open your banking app to send money to a friend. They're the ones who kick the whole thing off. Now, the originator doesn't send the instruction directly into the system. They give it to their bank, which we call the originating bank. This bank acts like the on-ramp to the BFTN highway. It packages up the instruction and sends it securely into the network. And here's our star player again, right in the middle of it all. The BFTN system gets that instruction from the originating bank. Its job is basically to be the traffic controller. Read the address, sort it with millions of other payments, and make sure it gets routed to the exact right destination bank. It's the central hub that ensures nothing ever gets lost. Next stop, the instruction zips across the network and arrives at the receiving bank. This is the destination, so for instance, your bank when you're about to get paid. It grabs the instruction from BEFTN and gets it ready to post to the final account. And finally, at the end of the line, we have the receiver. This is the ultimate destination. It's the person or the company whose account is actually going to be credited or debited. When your salary hits your account, you are the receiver. When you pay your electric bill, the power company is the receiver. So what you get is this seamless, secure chain of trust. The payment instruction flows perfectly from the originator through both banks and that central BEFTN network to finally land with the receiver. Every single step is electronic, it's secure, and it's all regulated. Okay, so now that we've met all the players, let's look at the 2 basic ways your money actually moves through this network. See, unlike an old-school paper check, which is always one type of transaction, an electronic transfer can actually go in 2 different directions. And it all comes down to credit versus debit. A credit transaction pushes money into an account. Think of your salary being deposited. That's money getting pushed to you. A debit transaction pulls money from an account. That's what happens when you've authorized, say, your internet provider to automatically collect your monthly payment. So let's walk through a real-world debit example to see it in action. It all starts with you. In this case, you're the receiver. You give a standing instruction to your utility company, basically saying, yep, you can collect my payment electronically every month. So when the payment is due, the utility company, They're the originator, remember? They create a digital payment file and send it over to their bank, the originating bank, telling them it's time to collect the money. The originating bank then shoots that instruction right into the BFTN. The network securely processes the request, it identifies your bank from the account details, and it forwards the instruction along. And boom, the instruction arrives at its destination, your bank, the receiving bank. Your bank checks the details, confirms the authorization you gave, and gets ready to debit the money from your account. And just like that, it's done. The payment is complete. The money is taken from your account and sent to the utility company's account. No paper, no delays, no hassle. It's just simple, electronic, and completely automatic. Pretty amazing when you think about it. So we've gone through the mechanics of how it all works, but let's zoom out for a second. What does this invisible network actually mean for you and me in our everyday financial lives? Well, the impact is massive. The system isn't for some niche corporate-only payments. It is the engine behind a huge, huge range of transactions that millions of us rely on every single day. And this quote just shows you the incredible scope of it all. We're talking everything from getting your salary or remittances from family abroad to paying your mortgage, your insurance premiums, your utility bills. BEFTN is the system making it all work seamlessly behind the scenes. It truly is the backbone of digital payments in Bangladesh. So the next time you tap your phone to pay a bill or you see your salary pop up in your account right on schedule, just take a second, because now you know about the complex, high-speed, and totally invisible network that's humming away in the background, making our modern financial lives possible.